When are you gonna catch a little grip and actually acknowledge the fact that this person is exactly as they are portraying to be? This isn't surprising to me. This man is not a billionaire by accident. This man is a genius. This man is scary, and this man should be watched closely. Elon Musk. I've never liked Elon. Okay, I've never liked him. I felt something very negatively vibrational attached to him. As a psychic medium, I personally pick up the energies of people, of individuals, and I will begin to feel certain things about them that I may not be able to explain right away. Sometimes I can almost instantaneously, but then there's other times that I cannot predict always how they're going to behave or what they're going to do. Their behavioral traits aren't always that easy to decipher, especially psychically, predictably. It's not always predictable. Sometimes it's just as shocking to myself as a psychic medium as it is for everybody else. And I feel that, candidly, this shocked me just as much as I'm sure it shocked the rest of the nation. What he's doing here is completely blatant. What he's doing here is not by accident. It's completely intentional. And I don't care what anyone says. I will have the unpopular vote and tell you straight away that this is a Hitler salute. This is a Nazi salute. I don't care what anyone says. This is not about politics. This is about humanity. This is beyond politics. I don't care if he's a conservative or a liberal or an independent. I don't care what his beliefs are and political agenda. I don't care about that. I don't care if he's left or right. I don't care if he's swirling in the middle. I don't care. What I care about is that. But here's the thing that a lot of people may not know about Elon, is this isn't surprising to me. And the reason why it's not that surprising, don't get me wrong, it was very surprising on how abrupt it was, right? How aggressive, the anger, the energy that was just deliberate. I will never, of course, repeat the behavior that he did, the salute ever, because I'm highly against it. You know, how do you feel now about voting for Trump? You must really feel stupid. No, I don't. I do not regret my vote for Trump. A lot of people forget that Trump is his own individual. Leave dirty laundry where it belongs. Don't give it to Trump. It doesn't belong to him. This is not a reflection of Trump. This is Elon. And a lot of people will give the excuse like, oh, well, you know, he's got autism.
We knew Elon was going to be awkward. We knew he's got a touch of autism, okay? And that tends to show up especially when he's at events that involve Donald Trump.
And I just want to say thank you for making it happen. Thank you. My heart goes out to you.
No, I have a pretty high radar for Nazism. I like a bit of a stake in this particular game. Like I feel like I can spot some Nazis when I see them. My Nazi radar does not go off around Elon Musk. You know why my Nazi radar doesn't go off around Elon Musk? Because he's not a damned Nazi. In fact, Elon and I, 1 year ago, this week, were in Auschwitz together, visiting Auschwitz together. We did an event where he spoke about anti-Semitism and how evil it is and the evils of Hitlerianism. What is wrong with you people?
I don't know a lot about autism. I'm not going to sit here and say that I do. I really don't. I've looked into it online. I did some basic research and I looked into what other people have said that have more knowledge than I do. But I will tell you from what I have felt, this has nothing to do with that. And he knows that he can get people like you to believe in that bullshit so he can get away with it for as long as possible. This man is not a billionaire by accident. This man is a genius. This man is scary, and this man should be watched closely. This is not a by accident, oh my bad, I didn't mean to do that salute. That was completely 1000% intentional in my opinion. Just in my observable opinion, what he's done is pretty fucking horrifying. And I think any person who bats an eyelash, gives excuses for this are fucking idiots. I'm just going to say it like it is. You're a fucking idiot if you think that is not a Nazi salute. And here's the reason why I say that. A lot of people don't know this, but Elon Musk is a Satanist. Don't believe me? Here we go. Can we not acknowledge this for a little bit, please? I've actually talked more about Elon in detail on my membership at Magic Masters tier. If you want to check that out, join the membership. You'll learn all about it. But this is just the tip of the iceberg of the things that he has portrayed himself publicly. And a lot of people are not talking about it. Why? Why is no one talking about it? Why is everyone just hush, hush? No one's talking about it. Apparently, we're not allowed to talk about it. Why? Why? Hello? Why is no one talking about this fucking Satanist doing a Nazi salute? Not the left, not the right are talking about this. And I will. Who is also involved in satanic worship? Who is also involved in the occult, very heavily in the occult? Hitler. Is that a surprise? Anyone who's done research on Hitler would know that. Anyone who's read into the Holocaust and understood how it was really developed would know that. It's very deep, it's very dark, and it's one of those things that I have a hard time really reading into what they've done, what they were capable of. And this is something that I feel horrified to witness in my time. I can't believe I'm witnessing that. And I know that this is late, but you know what? Better late than never, I always say. And I firmly believe that this is the right time. Why? Because people are still letting it go. And I'm not going to let it fly. I'm already looking at him with a bombastic side eye. I'm already looking at him like, okay. I'm a little, I don't really trust you. This is where a lot of people have a hard time accepting that that is the truth of what we are seeing. But yet they just don't want to acknowledge it. They just completely want to disacknowledge the truth right in front of their face. It's right here in front of our face and no one wants to talk about it. Why would you ignore that? You know, even for Satanists, what is your take on that? I would love to hear your view on this because I'm actually curious, what would you feel about this? Do you feel this is a little uncomfortable? Are you uncomfortable? Are you okay with it? How do you feel about it? I would actually love to know your thoughts. The truth of the matter is that it doesn't matter whether or not his politics, if you like his politics or not. That's irrelevant now. To me, that's irrelevant. I'm looking at your state of character. I'm looking at, okay, you're a Satanist. But at the same time, I was willing to kind of just, all right, he's doing his own thing. He's worshiping his own thing. It's not surprising. Rich, elite people are usually Satanists. He's a Satanist. And it's not just that, he was at a Halloween party. No, it was a satanic Halloween party. Everyone at this elite Halloween costume party dressed up in satanic attire. Every one of them. He's even caught with other people doing the satanic hand symbol, the horns sign. This is satanic. It's not rock and roll. It is satanic. Maybe it started in rock and roll, but where does the Illuminati start? In rock and roll, in hip hop, the music industry. That's their hush hush. That's how they get you to ignore those red flags. It's how they get away with it. That's how they allow themselves in society and you just let it go. Because you're like, it's not a big deal. It's a phase, Mom. It's just a phase. It's not a phase. It's not a phase. It's not a phase. This is not a phase. And I don't think that's ever going to go away. What's even more shocking to me is the fact that so many conservatives who are Christian didn't say a fucking word about this. I'm always in the middle. I am dead center in the middle. I'm always in the gray. I'm always independent. I'm not on the left or the right. And this isn't about politics. It's really not. But at the same time, I do have to add that more than half the time, conservatives are Christian, right? Or they believe in God or whatever that level. They just let this go is beyond me. That is not going to go away in my mind. And that is the reason why I'm not surprised. I was surprised at his abrupt action to it, but I'm not surprised that it came from Elon. And I don't think you should either. You should not be surprised when you look at this evidence. It's about silencing people and taking away their freedom of speech. In Nazi Germany, Adolf Hitler made a lot of statements based on the identity of power and race. And one of the things that he said that most was powerful indeed on his agenda of how to win people over, this was his quote: "Make the lie big, make it simple, keep saying it, and eventually they will believe it." Hitler also said that it's not truth that matters, it's victory. He also said, "What luck for rulers that men do not think." What is Black Lives Matter becoming? Think very carefully about this. I don't say this lightly. When you have a bunch of people going up like this, what did Hitler do? What did all those people for Hitler? Killed millions of people. because they didn't believe in one ideology. What did they do? This. So when you have a bunch of people doing this, it's not that long before they start acting like this.
You know, somehow, I told you so just doesn't quite say it.
And I think what's even more disturbing is the fact that people are willing to let it go. And how many times are you willing to let it go, let it go? Elsa, when are you going to not let it go and wake the fuck up? When are you going to catch a little grip and actually acknowledge the fact that this person is exactly as they are portraying to be? And that is what I want to talk about today, is people showing you exactly their true colors, exactly their true character, and it's not a trolling, it's not by accident. They know exactly what they're doing. They just know they can get away with it.